Just so y'all know, I ain't watched this movie in like 5 years. And I remember everybody's name. I remember the name of the mental institution and how everything happens. That's how much I love this movie. And that's how much I want you to love it too. Yo, welcome back to another episode of the Dead Ends podcast. Nick's not here right now, and he told me to just go ahead and record one that I wanted, and I'm gonna pick Freddy versus Jason because this was one of my favorite movies growing up when I was a kid. I watched it. I don't even know how many times, and I was addicted to it. It's really good. Yeah. So it starts off, talking about how Freddy became Freddy and how all the town folk stopped paying attention to him and he just kind of dwindled away. And then he searched through hell and found Jason and brought him back to life. So he brings Jason back to life and has him kill people. And, you know, they start thinking it's Freddy and he starts getting his power back and being able to invade people's dreams again. And while that happens, there's this kid named Will Rollins and his friend Mark Davis who are locked up in a place called Weston Hills Mental Institution because Will saw this girl named Lori's dad kill her mom. But there's a twist to that later on. So she was in love with this guy. Her friends keep trying to hook her up with new dudes, and they find out that while her and her friends are at the house while her dad was away, one of their boyfriends gets killed in the bed by Jason, which is one of the most amazing kills I've seen in my entire life. He stabs him with a machete a bunch of times and then grabs both ends of the bed and bends it over so his back gets snapped in half. Incredible. So turns out she lives in the old house that Freddy used to kill people in all the time in the series. So they start thinking Freddy's back. Well, Will sees that, breaks out of the mental institution, goes to find her, and starts making sure she's okay. They end up going to a party in a cornfield, and more people die. And Jason just kind of kills a lot of people. Gets lit on fire, kills people. He's walking around through the cornfield, lit on fire, crazy stuff. Well, that's when Freddy finds out that Jason's not willing to stop killing people. So now he realizes he has to try and get rid of Jason. So, of course, they end up back at Weston Hills, and they find this drug called Hypnosil, which is a drug to suppress dreams. So they all have to try and go get a bunch of those pills. Well, Freddy now can, take over people's bodies. So he takes over this hipster fucking stoner guy named Freeberg's body, and he gets a bunch of sleeping stuff and knocks Jason out. And while he's asleep, he starts fighting him in his dream, which is great. He finds out that Jason's afraid of water, and that's how he's going to try and get rid of him. Well, they drive back to Camp Crystal Lake so that when they wake up Jason to fight Freddy and pull him out of the dream, he has a home field advantage. And the only home field advantage he has is that he starts killing everybody still. So, yeah, he starts killing everybody, and Jason and Freddy have a final fight at Camp Crystal Lake, which Jason wins. Lori helps and chops Freddy's head off and stuff. And at the end of the movie, Jason's carrying the head and Freddy looks and winks at the camera, which everybody was always like, oh, nobody lost, nobody won. And I'm like, Jason kind of won, it's tight. So, yeah, great movie. There was a deleted scene. It was an alternate ending where Lori and Will are going to try and smash finally. And she tells Will to stop. He looks up at her, chokes her, and goes like this, and knives come out of his fingers. Turns out she was asleep the whole time, and he's Freddy. It was honestly kind of lame. So I'm glad that wasn't the ending of the movie. But overall, solid movie. I used to watch it all the time when I was a kid, like I said. It brings back great memories. I'm going to rate this movie an 8.5 out of 10. I'm sure a lot of people don't agree with me. I don't give a fuck because this is me and Nick's show, and I can rate whatever I want, however I want. So, yeah, solid movie. You never seen it? Go check it out because you're lame. So, I'll catch y'all later in the next one. Peace.